Dear colleagues and friends, good afternoon. I'm Hou Wei, the president of CS Health Industry Group. I'm very pleased everyone being able to participate in our first Cannabis Investment Summit in 2020. CS Health Industry Group, registered to Ministry of Internal Affairs and Ministry of Commerce of Thailand, is a large health industry group and medical cannabis investment in Bangkok, Thailand. The registered capital is 1 billion baht. At present, the company of CS Health Industry Group is a diversified medical cannabis investment main company integrating planting, processing, extraction, pharmacy, and sales. Currently, our planting is in Nakhon Si Thammarat, Thailand. We have prepared 240 medical marijuana greenhouses for cultivation. In the current first phase, we have completed the planting of 88 cannabis, so this is the direction of planting. At the 1st of November, we also completed a row of experimental center for processing and extraction. So in the pharmaceutical direction, CS Health Industry Group is a cooperation with Thailand's Thai Bao Pharmaceutical. So some of these health products containing CBD have also been sold in the Chinese market and have received some good reviews from customers. Its development in the future is very huge. Why did the CS Health Industry Group decide to develop in the field of medical cannabis? In fact, we made a preparation more than 2 years ago. Under the leadership of Chairman Wang Hongbin, we and several partners in the United States took the lead carry-out design and cooperation. So there are two following main reasons. The first reason is that we have the world's top experts who treat cancer and other special diseases by using medical cannabis. There are currently two in the world. One is one Associate Dean's Medical School of Harvard University. The other is Dr. Siripan Pong from Thailand. We have been working closely together. The second reason is that the investment in future development of medical cannabis. The 36 states in the United States have been the first to be legalized. Canada and Australia have been legalized as well. So this year, on January 6, 2020, the Ministry of Health of Thailand has also implemented policies and regulations concerning the legalization of medical cannabis nationwide in Thailand. So we have more clear direction. So this is why we do it. For the CS Health Industry Group, we have the following very important advantages, which are related to the future investment direction and market direction to explain to everyone. First of all, is its geographic location, which is located in Thailand. Thailand is currently the only country in Southeast Asia where medical cannabis is legal. The target market we face is, of course, China. The cultivation of medical marijuana in Thailand, a history of 200 years, and is very experienced in the germplasm of medical marijuana. Because the cultivation of medical cannabis is not the same as other biological cultivation plants. So, for the cultivated varieties, there is a great technical content in the harm of pests. Well, Thailand, which has a history of more than 200 years, has also helped other countries carry out this technical guidance and transmission, which has played a big role. In addition, experts in the field of medical marijuana in various countries in the world agree that the medical marijuana planted in Thailand, which its climate and soil is better, which can be called the world's number one. At present, the species we are planting are mainly bred together with squirrel tail and morning glory. The extraction content of CBD is very, very high, but very high quality. So the second big advantage is our market. I just mentioned that our market is aimed at such a big direction as China. So, from China's perspective, first of all, its population accounts for 1/5 of the world's total, and the population is quite huge and dense. For such a distance between China and Thailand, it is very close. We are close to each other, and the plane can arrive in about 2 to 3 hours. At present, with the continuous improvement of social living standards and changes in citizens' diet and living habits, many diseases, including cancers, have affected the entire family and destroyed many families. As for cancer in China, the money spent by patients for cancer treatment in 4 months is a very huge amount. If the final result is not working, that many people are aware of people and money are being wasted for nothing, the illness has not been cured eventually after the money is spent, and it is still in the stage of radiotherapy and chemotherapy, suffering and lots of pain. since medical marijuana is recognized in the world in the direction of treatment and it can quickly relieve pain for patients. In addition, the amount of money spent, it may be 20 times smaller than radiotherapy and chemotherapy in China, so its future investment value and prospects are very large. Another aspect of a field in the Chinese market is related to legal issues. There are many types of cannabis. One is recreational cannabis, the second is industrial cannabis, and the third is medical cannabis. At present, these three directions have issued relatively part of laws and regulations. In Yunnan, where only industrial hemp is in China, and industrial hemp can be made partially cultivated, and it is also under the guidance of the government. At present, both Yunnan province and Jilin province have a large amount of cultivation. But only for industrial hemp. The medical value for its extracts is relatively low. The highest value for the marijuana field in the future must be in the two directions of the food field and the medical field. So in other directions in China, medical marijuana and recreational marijuana must be illegal, and they are not currently available. Of course, in the process of opening up in the future, it is also desirable. I think the government will gradually open up. So, the current situation is very good for cancer patients to come to Thailand for treatment, and the distance is very close, very convenient. Thailand's medical treatment is very famous for health and wellness, and it has been ranked first in the world for 20 consecutive years. It is very suitable. This is our second comparative advantage. And the third advantage is that at the end of 2019 last year, we conducted an experiment with some Chinese distributors to transport some cancer patients. In about 4 to 5 months, we transported about 147 patients with advanced cancer. Then, I was accomplished almost all the way through this purpose. The treatment cycle in Thailand is about 7 days. It is still very fast because it has not required surgical operations and other complicated treatments, and most of them are medical taken or wiped. It's easy to treat. Except for some patients who need auxiliary surgery for treatment, they may have to stay in Thailand for 10 days or even 30 days. The average treatment effect, from what I have seen, is about 2 to 3 days for pain relief. Of course, there are clear data for this clinically as well as for doctors. The pain can be relieved in 2 to 3 days. In fact, for a patient, if his body does not feel any pain, it means that his condition has improved. Because pain is a source of torture to the body, it will cause the body to fall, so this is very important. Then, in the process of prescribing medication and returning to China for 1 to 2 months, comparing the indicators of the previous treatment with the indicators of the blood tests and the size of the tumor, the reduction in tumor and tumor shrinkage are huge. More than 80% of the 147 patients received good treatment and effectively. So in view of this opportunity, CS Health Industry Group also launched the CS Recovery Center, and we have established 33 institutions. These 33 institutions are aimed at each province in China's market. It can be seen that our future development direction is aimed at this cancer medication as a very big direction. Secondly, we just mentioned that they are cooperating with Thailand's Taibao Pharmaceutical Group in the pharmaceutical industry. At present, some health products are being reported by the Ministry of Commerce of the Chinese market and are also being sold. There are a series of products in the process. Good feedbacks. Next, our CBD beverages and other series of related products will be released. Because this planting may gradually open up with more people participating. CS Health Industry Group is the first to participate in the field of medical cannabis to occupy the world's advantage. We want to start from the product brand and ultimately achieve a long ways to go in the future. This is an introduction why the entire CS Health Industry Group has to do and future market investment and development. Therefore, with the help of the CS Cannabis Group and such a cannabis investment summit in the world, I sincerely invite investors from all over the world and people interested in cannabis to come to Thailand to learn about and to observe the CS Health Industry Group. I believe its future and development is expected possible, and its status in the world will definitely have a good development. Thank you all.